Okay, here's our previous design. Now the whole point of this modification was to get the prop closer to the rudder. As you can see in our previous design, there's a good 6 inches between the prop and the rudder, and I think this was giving us problems at turning this boat at low speed. There just wasn't enough airflow across the rudder. So our modification to this was to turn the motor around. Now originally I just planned on taking the motor and mounting it on this side of the motor mount, but the motor wouldn't fit between these two vertical spars right here. This distance just wasn't enough, so we had to re-engineer the motor mount. And luckily, when I originally built this, I did incorporate a nice sliding motor mount here for future modification, which has worked out really good. And you can see I've made a new vertical piece for the motor mount and remounted the motor facing backwards closer to the rudder as it should be. Now I've used 3mm hardware to mount the motor, some nylon spacers, and what I had to do was turn the prop around and reverse the direction of the motor so the thrust would be in the proper direction. We do have some other 3-blade props, these little 8x6 props made by Master Air Screw, been working out real good, so we're going to continue to use those. We've got 2 more pusher props on the way, so that'll give us the proper prop on this. Although this one works well, but it just doesn't fit the motor shaft real well. So, and also we made a modification to the rudder and the overall shape of the rudder. I have a feeling this lower corner of the rudder got caught in the water last time and probably contributed to the capsize. So we've modified the shape and also added this little retaining grommet right here at the top to keep the rudder from sliding completely off the rudder post. Before, when it capsized, the rudder couldn't come off because the steering linkage kept it from coming off, but it puts a lot of stress on this linkage and we didn't want to rely on that to hold the rudder on. So we're going to see how this new design works out. Hopefully it works out good. So for JD Hogg and Galaxy Speed Shop, this is 2 Hat Matt. Peace out.